We are now going to hear about tanks from a German specialist. John, talk to the people.
The tanks of World War I were usually unreliable and broke down very often, as Germans proudly boasted our only tank, the A7V.
What was so special about the A7V?
Well, the A7V was commonly referred to as the moving fortress. Its building and designing had been placed under the control of Joseph Palmer.
How big was the A7V?
The tank was 7.34 meters long, 3 meters wide, and the tallest point was 3.3 meters tall. The tank only had 20 millimeters of steel plate on each side and 30 millimeters of armor at the front. This armor could stop machine gun and rifle fire, but any bigger caliber would destroy the tank.
How many people would operate these big machines?
The A7Vs squeezed 16 soldiers inside of each tank. The crew was made of 6 machine gunners, 6 loaders, an artillery gunner and loader, 2 officers, a driver, and a mechanic to fix the tank if anything broke down.
That's a lot of crew compared to the size. What kind of guns did the tank have attached to it?
The tank had 7 guns, 6 7.92 millimeter machine guns, and a single 5.7 Cockerel non-developed gun up at the front. They carried a lot of ammo for all of these guns.
Interesting. How many of these wonderful machines did the Germans create throughout the war?
We created a small amount of tanks. We made less than 20.
Wow, that's not that many.
Yeah, most of the tanks we used were tanks that we stole from the Allies. Their tanks were better than ours. We stole all kinds of tanks. We stole the Mark I, the Mark II, the Mark IV, the Mark V, and the Whippet. These British tanks were very effective and proved useful to us.
Silly Allies. When were the tanks created and used?
The first prototype tank was created on April 30th, 1917. A wooden version was created in May of 1917. The first pre-production of tanks was in 1917. And the first finished A7V was produced in October of 1917. These tanks were used in battles near the end of the war, including the Battle of the Argonne Forest.
Why did the Army even use tanks?
The Army used tanks as a solution to stalemates in trench warfare. The tanks could climb in and out of trenches and provided gunfire and physical cover for the infantry that was advancing with them.
Okay, now back to go.